Hey, we all want to save money this time of year, but did you know that HelloFresh helps you save money all year round? In fact, HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. Looking for an easy way to eat well and save money this year? Well, cut back on those expensive takeout and delivery and get started with HelloFresh. You'll love how fast, easy, and affordable it is to whip up a restaurant quality meal right in your own kitchen. I know, I do it all the time with my HelloFresh. The big game is also right around the corner, and if your team is still in the playoffs, unlike ours, it's the perfect excuse to host a get-together with your favorite peeps, tune into an exciting game, or if your team is losing, not so exciting game, and most importantly, fuel up with some epic eats. Treat friends and fans to delicious barbecue baby back ribs, chocolate chip brownies, and everything else in between. Go to HelloFresh.com and use our code POGHF21692. Once again, that is POGHF21692 for 21 free meals plus shipping. Or just use the link in the description of today's episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski, and with me is my co-host with the mostest, Matt Reed. Matt, how you doing?
What's up,
homie?
everyone? I'm good. How are you, Pat?
Doing good. Matt's feeling a little under the weather today. So let's, we're gonna make this a good, fun one for him. He's also brought some pick-me-up juice. He's got some pick-me-up juice.
Did. Not sponsored. Alma Hard Seltzer. It was $3 at the liquor store.
So it was $3.
It was $3. Yeah.
Cool.
I go to the liquor store that has too much stuff, and then they sell it for really cheap.
Nice.
I know.
I found that section at our local grocery store, Super One.
Nice.
And I found some Cheetos brand mac and cheese, like the flamin' hot and the jalapeno stuff for 50 cents a box.
Nice.
Got a whole bunch of it. Was really, really excited about that. But Matt, let me tell you, you know what I'm more excited about?
What? What's that? What?
Today we got Mallory, Matt, Ken, and Yashu from the DC-based pop punk band Keep Your Secrets. Woo. Welcome to the show.
Woo! What up?
Thanks for having us.
Heck yeah.
Let's go.
I was hoping so hard that Mallory wasn't going to forget that she was on mute.
Because she was like, "Oh, at this point."
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You know the thing where you want someone to know that you're singing along at a show, but you're really not.
Yeah, you're just mouthing.
You're just mouthing it,
like the dad did at the end of Elf.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
You're not really singing.
You're not singing.
I am singing. No, you're not.
That's exactly it. I bet you I could probably quote that entire movie front to back for you right now, but we don't have time for that.
Start with the first line. Tell me the first line.
It's a narration, and it is not the Frosty the Snowman.
It's the Snowman though.
Yeah, it's the
guy.
Snowman. Gosh,
yeah.
Wait.
What is his name? He's from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like from the 40s or 50s, the claymation thing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
I just watched it. It's got.
I couldn't tell you that actually. Once the humans start coming into play, probably could get you there. But yeah, I don't know. Wow, now I feel
you talked
like
a real
I'm just
big game there.
Yeah, look what you did now, Pat. Oh my goodness.
Okay, now I'm actually freaking looking up the trailer.
Okay, look it up, because I mean, at this point, I feel like not only do I want to know, but I'm pretty sure our listeners are invested right now.
Oh, you know what? No, it's Papa Elf talking at the beginning where he goes, "Oh, hello. You're probably here about the story. elves love to tell stories, you know what I'm saying? And then he goes into like, there are some elves that like stay up at night making the cobbler's shoes. There are others
Yes.
that bake cookies in trees. Yeah, and then, yeah. Okay.
I can see
Wow,
the
I gotta
movie.
watch that.
I love it. One of the best Christmas movies of all time.
I
Oh,
think that
yeah.
was one of the best intros to the podcast ever. Quoting Elf the movie.
Saying,
Maybe-
yeah, I could
Let's
quote all of
go.
Elf, and then being like, actually, wait, no, I can't.
I can quote Alf from front to back. What's the first line?
I don't know. Just out here lying.
So let's talk a little bit about your latest single, Trauma, which is mixed by Casey Cavalier from the Wonder Years and mastered by was it Mike? Okay, do you guys know how to say it? I don't want to destroy it.
I think it's Calagian.
Yes.
Calagian.
Yes.
That's what okay. So Mike Calagian at Rogue Planet Mastering. Tell us about the song.
Mallory.
Mallory. What's the song about?
I hope my parents don't find this podcast. So
They already
basically-
turned it off when we couldn't quote Elf.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they were
right?
like,
They're
well,
like-
I wanted to
Like,
watch
I'm so
this.
disappointed in you.
I could literally quote my mom. She would say, "Oh, she's perpetrating," and then turn it off. But yeah, it's basically. I think that a lot of music within the genre, or just music in general, sometimes focuses on like hyper neglectful parenting and like the harms that neglectful parenting can bring into somebody's development, and like not only through childhood but like through their adult lives. But I often like I work with students too, but I saw this with myself and a lot of other friends, is that sometimes like the opposite kind of parenting and upbringing can kind of like stifle your creativity, stifle like abilities to grow. While your parents have good intentions, it doesn't necessarily bring like for good development. And so kind of like seeing people who might have had the opposite experience of a neglectful parent, and kind of showing them like, hey, your experience is seen and appreciated, and we understand. Because a lot of people would kind of look at that situation and be like, damn, your parents loved you, your parents like did everything they could for you, but to an extent it can stifle a person and growing into their full self, I guess. So instead of like people perceiving them like that, like, oh, your parents just loved you and you should be grateful, kind of understanding that everybody has different kinds of trauma, and everybody has different experiences, and one person can't tell you how to interpret your childhood, kind of.
It is kind of, a weird thing to think about, to where it's like most people do just think of childhood trauma as, just abuse, or whether it's physical or mental, but there's a whole bunch of different things that can go into just a person's upbringing.
Something that resonates with all of us.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kind of going off of that first single, kind of maybe the lighter side of it. How did you guys get linked up with Casey from the Wonder Years?
Oh
If you would believe it, it was our first ever show.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the headliner, they're called the Violet Violence. They're sick, and they had done some work with Casey, and they kind of, I guess they dug us enough. They're kind of a similar vibe, to the point where they were like, y'all should work with him. We're gonna try and like kind of connect the dots there. And at the time I think had basically just wrapped our previous EP, but it was coming time for this next batch of songs that we've got. And so we hit him up, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like we, I heard about you through them," and yeah, it just kind of happened.
Awesome.
Right on. I was talking to Casey today, and he wanted me to let you know that to holler at you for him, and he's excited.
Oh.
He's excited to see what comes next. So
Heck yeah.
Aw.
Kind of going off of that, Pat. Yashi, you mentioned you got kind of that next batch of songs. Are you working on any new singles or EPs or albums at this time that you're about to release?
Oh yeah. What I was referring to was like Trauma and like the song we put out before, but we do have some other stuff planned.
We're
And
cooking. We're cooking.
we are
Nice.
cooking. We are constantly. I mean, it depends on your definition of cooking. I know this is a food-based podcast in part, but it's like anything as
Only in
ranging from
thoughts.
like we got a full song to I've got some camera roll riffs that are just sitting in a Google Drive. But yeah, we've learned that just like not stopping is like the best way to stay inspired and be fired up.
Absolutely. So with these two singles, though, do you have an EP or an album that's coming, that's in the works that you can talk about at all?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we do.
We told people there's an EP.
Yeah.
We just didn't say
Yeah.
when.
We do.
we're
Hopefully
not that
very,
secretive.
very
Yeah,
soon.
she's trying to be all sussy.
Within a couple months, definitely.
Right on.
Yeah. We have there's an EP. It's all we just don't know exactly when it's coming out.
Sure.
But we're definitely gonna do another single from it, at least, and then just figure out when to actually put out the rest of the EP. So
We're kind of like trying to look at what people are. Well, we've actually asked people because we have it all lined up. Just the timeline not there, but we've actually asked like people on Instagram and asked our like it's weird to say fans, our like family, our Keep Your Secrets family.
community.
Our community.
yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Our little secrets.
Our little
That's-
wait.
There you go.
That's the fan base.
That's the fan
fandom.
club right there.
Okay, write it down. I like that. But we've asked our little secrets. We've asked them like what they want to hear next because we have
Right.
like some like easy core stuff in the mix. We have
Mhm.
some whoa, how would you guys describe the other one we were thinking about? We have like
the other one that we were contemplating between the two songs.
yeah.
There's like some double time shit in there. There's like some groovy stuff. I don't know. It's sort of like out there.
Very like
I
early
don't know.
title fight, I'd say.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we just asked like what do you guys want to hear next? And so we'll put that out and then eventually or not eventually, but like in the near future after that, we'll post up the EP. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So with music kind of in taking I guess a new path from the way we used to do things, do you think it's more important right now to release singles compared to releasing like full albums?
Ooh,
That-
isn't that the big debate?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
What are
it's
your
just
thoughts? What are your opinions?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me personally, just because like I grew up with albums, and so like
Right.
artistically, I like albums, but like practically speaking, just because of how new we are, I'm like, well, the algorithm wants singles, so I guess we're doing singles and an EP. I don't know.
Right.
It's sort of like it's like a not really an ideal situation, but you sort of gotta do what you gotta do.
Right. And I mean, with people's attention spans being, especially I would say with music in particular, because there is so much constantly coming out.
Mhm.
You got to keep them engaged. When Green Day or somebody would wait 5 years or between 2 and 5 years between albums, it was okay. Like that worked back then. It doesn't work now. Like, if Magnolia Park, like for example, put out their EP then disappeared for 3 years, people probably like there's a good chance that people could forget, even though Magnolia Park is absolutely fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, they're one of my favorite bands right
Should
now. Yeah.
not forget them.
Yeah, that's such a fair point. I feel like it's hard. It's been hard to like try to find the balance of like, oh wow, because right after people listen to Concussed,
Mhm.
and then we put out Concussed,
Mhm.
got like a fair number of streams on that. People were
Yeah.
really into it. Then we put out a music video for that, and people were really into that. It kept the like views going, and so we're trying to like consistently put out something
Mhm.
like related to the content. So Trauma, hopefully we'll like have a music video in the works for that one coming up soon.
Nice.
We
But
do have
yeah,
a
just
lyric
always
video in the
try.
works too.
Huh?
Nice.
We do have a lyric video in the works too.
Oh, yeah. See,
Nice.
content. Everything is content.
Yeah,
Yeah.
content is king,
yeah.
and it is so hard to pump out all that content.
Oh, absolutely.
It's tiring too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
and what people don't understand, what a lot of people don't understand, this shit ain't free.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Being in a
man.
band is expensive.
Mhm.
Oh
It's
yeah, it is.
It's probably one of the most expensive things you could choose to do.
Yes.
For real.
My wallet heard you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Kind of talking about content also, Keep Your Secret started in November 2020 as a YouTube cover channel with a cover of Don't Wait by Neck Deep. We actually had your cover of Therefore I Am on our first and only UPP cover only update back in May of 2021. What
Right. That's right. Yeah.
what made you change paths from and start focusing more on original music?
Oh well, that's like a whole. That's like kind of like an origin story, I guess, because really,
your
That's
that
what we're
origin
here
first
story.
for. That's what
cover-
we want to hear.
Yeah, because because like with the Don't Wait cover, I mean that was just me and Mallory like being bored.
And there was a
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah, like we were because like she and I met in college actually, and so we sort of like were like in like I guess the college music scene at William and Mary a little bit. But then we graduated, whatever. And then quarantine hits, and then I'm just like stuck in my bedroom, bored out of my mind.
Mhm.
And so like I basically just like texted Mallory like, "Hey, I hear that you are also in this area. Do you want to do pop punk music?" And
And I
then
had texted Matt before and been like, come on, Matt. This is before the pandemic. I was like, come on, let's start a pop punk band. It'll be so much fun. We love pop punk.
like,
And he's like,
"No way."
no, I'm in like
No.
4 other bands.
yeah, no, yeah, because I used to. It's funny. I used to live in Richmond, and I was in like a shit ton of just like random bands. I was
Are
like,
you the drummer?
yeah, I'm the drummer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah,
Drummers that
right.
you like.
Yeah,
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I mean, no, it's true. It's true. The stereotype's true. No, but no, but yeah, but like I moved back up to the DC area like right, well, conveniently right before the pandemic happened. It like I moved back up with my parents. And so I quit most of those bands, and so I was like, oh, I'm bandless now. Let's make a music project. And so it sort of I don't know, the pieces sort of just fell together that way.
Nice. So how did we go from covers then to originals?
Yes. So, okay. So, what's the best way to say it? Okay, so we made like a few cover. We did the neck deep one, and then we did that Therefore I Am cover you talked about. We did an MGK cover as well, and then those last two that I mentioned, they were I guess I'm not sure how we found them, but regardless of how I found them, it was really awesome because this guy Emo Joseph on TikTok sort of like discovered our music and sort of reached out and was like, hey, I'm gonna shout you out, and then he did. And he's a musician and also like I guess like a TikTok influencer. And so he put us in this video about I can't remember exactly what the details were. At the time, there was all this drama
Oh.
going on about this one band that was, I guess, being canceled. And then he was like, "Oh, don't listen to them. Listen to these people instead," and put our music on there. And that it sort of just blew up like from nothing to like something like overnight. And so, yeah, I mean, Mallory can talk more about this too. But we were sort of like, "Oh shit, well, I think we have something here. Let's like make this like a band," because like I had like some material that was sort of just like lying in the depths of my laptop as one does, and so we sort of just like, you know what, let's take this, let's make some original music. So
Nice.
Yeah, and I think we had one original song out because like I don't think he would have like heard us and shouted us out if it was just covers, even though our covers I would say are pretty dank. But I don't think he would have shouted us out just for some covers. So I think that we put out Forget Me When You're Gone.
No. He
Did we
shouted us out
not?
way before that. No.
Really?
I remember because we hadn't tracked it at that point.
Oh, we were
Mhm.
Yeah,
working on it.
Yeah.
we were like, I had the song idea. I was like, oh, this could be a cool idea, and it was like a voice memo at that point. He shouted us out.
Okay,
He
okay.
shouted us out. And then all of a sudden we had all. I remember this because I had to scram to like record everything.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we did that so fast.
Yeah, he shouted us out, and we
Okay.
had all these listeners, and I was like, oh shit, well now's the time. Fuck, I don't have anything recorded.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Oh
and
my
so
gosh, that makes so much sense.
yeah. So
Mallory's
and
just
so
figuring it
I'm
out
just
now too.
connecting these dots
I'm
for
like,
y'all
wow.
right now.
yeah, it was all like a blur,
It's like the
honestly. Because I, just like staying home every single day. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's like he shouted us out. I believe it was April is when he did the shout out video. We got like thousands of listeners out of complete thin air. And I was like just sitting on this voice memo of this song that we were like, oh, this is cool. Like, and I was like, all right, well, we got to release it now. And so I basically just like holed up in my room and just like, well, at the time it was still just me and Mallory, and so like I
Mhm.
did all the instrumentals. I was just like, fuck, well, I gotta like actually get good at this song now, and like, you know, yeah. So and then we put out our first song ever, "Forget Me When You're Gone," that following June, I want to say, yeah. Uh, and then we started searching for band members, and yeah, and that's where Ken and Yashu come into the picture.
Shout out Reddit.
Yes.
I found Matt through Reddit.
Yes.
Reddit.
Really?
I think it was r/find a band or something.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Man.
With our last interview that we did, they found somebody through Craigslist.
Pride
Let's
and
go.
true, I guess.
Yeah.
The OG.
It could either go really well or really badly.
Usually really badly.
It turned out
Oh, yeah.
to work out in their favor. Yeah, because I one of the things that I think is really fun is that I was looking back when I was working on this, and having you guys have that like you're Therefore I Am on our cover playlist update back in May is wild also, because that we were still so young in Unsigned Pop Punk's career. Like, we were still, I think at that point in time, I was still just a playlist, maybe had a Facebook page. Like, so we were still barely doing anything at that point in time. And I remember, like, at that point of putting you on that playlist, like, you guys have been great with your content, because I have never forgotten about you since then.
Oh, thank you.
Aw.
That's awesome.
So much. We're
Yeah,
really
so-
trying.
We're out here trying our hardest.
Struggling to come up with content ideas. Like,
And that's honestly the same with you guys too. Like, every time I'm like trying to find new pop punk music, I always like, you guys are always coming up on the feed. I was in a
Nice.
live stream the other day. It wasn't you guys, or it was Unsigned Pop Punk, but I can't remember who was working that day. He had a green screen up,
Oh,
and
that's
he was like
Gibby.
doing,
That's Gibby.
yeah. So he was awesome, and
You
so
popped
you guys will
into
come
the-
up on my live, like, it's awesome.
You popped into the behind the scenes of the Super Awesome Music Video show.
Yes, I
Oh,
love that
yeah.
show.
That was what he was doing.
Yeah.
He's been starting to do like behind the scenes, so he'll either go while he's live on Twitch, he'll either go live on TikTok
Mm.
or live on Instagram. So he's just trying to chat with both back and forth. It's
That was
it's
yeah.
it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it was funny. He was like switching back and being like, "Oh wait, let me go check the other people over here. Oh wait, I'm trying to take care of both you guys."
It's funny because if you watch the show on Twitch, it looks like his background, it looks like that's his bedroom. Everyone thinks that's his
Yeah.
bedroom. It is not. It's just
not.
a green screen.
Yeah, because I switched back when he was like, "Oh yeah, we're also on Twitch." I was like, "Oh okay, let me see." And then I watched both of them. I kept flipping back and forth, and I was like, "It's really weird how realistic the like background looks.
Right.
Like if I had seen it on there, I would have never known.
It's great until like he like reaches for something, then his arm disappears.
Yeah.
Like mid-screen.
Oh my god.
So
That's so funny.
it's pretty funny. That I mean, those little things that most people don't notice just
Mhm.
definitely make me laugh.
Yeah.
So since you started writing about June of 2021 when you started working on your original music, of all the songs that you've released so far, and each of you can answer this because I would assume that each person has a different answer. Which song means the most to you and why?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So like, I think I got mine. So it's a song that is not out yet,
Okay.
but it's one of the songs that we're talking about putting out. And the guys will know what I'm talking about. But I think this one was really cool for me as so I'm the rhythm guitarist in the band.
Okay.
And like, yeah, so I kind of brought this sort of like skeleton of a song to everyone, which there's like so we called it like Instagram riff for the longest time because
Right.
Yeah.
it was
You always
like,
got to have a first draft name for it.
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like this song came from just like I was in my bedroom, just like everyone's holed up in quarantine. And so I'm also a drummer and I never was like, I went to school for recording, but my gear was very lacking. So I was testing out kind of like how to make the most of my setup at the time, which was one microphone. So it was like a mic over the whole kit. And I was
Mhm.
like, just like doing silly stuff like sample replacement and all that. So like I needed something to like play to. And so I just had this kind of riff. And I was like, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna post it. I think I posted it on like, a couple like kind of forum type pages. It's like, hey, like here's like the best sound I could get out of a drum kit with like one dynamic microphone.
Mhm.
LOL. Let me know what y'all think. And yeah, we got around to writing some new stuff, and I was like, oh, I remember I had this one thing, and like seeing everybody's kind of like sort of like take on the song was like the coolest thing ever because it was really just guitar and drums from where I came from. But then like, Matt added all this like cool lead stuff and like his drumming style was, I mean, like he plays a lot better than I do. So it was really cool to see like kind of like a real savant, like tackle it. And yeah, now it's like one of my favorite songs. We do play it live. So if you
Okay.
see us, you may have heard it. But yeah, that one was really cool. I don't know if we can say the name yet because it's not out yet, but
Yeah.
it's called we can placeholder call it, I don't know. It's called I Like Turtles. There you go.
I'm like, I don't know whose camera you're looking at, but I'm gonna be the opposite.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that one was really cool. Just like it was a personal thing, and then like it was a cool like sharing experience, which is always great.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Who's next?
I think for me, it is trauma, just
Okay.
because like the subject does hit pretty close to home. And it's also like one of the songs that I had like the most fun writing to.
Okay.
Cause like how it was like Mallory like had like the original like demo of it, and then Matt like does his little zhizh all over it. And then like it
What?
makes like a really nice
My what?
That's a weird way to say that.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's coming
Maybe,
from
sound like a
borderline
little sus
inappropriate.
here.
I didn't mean it that way, but
Like pizzazz.
Matt adds his magic to it because yeah, and
Pizzazz.
it basically like makes a really nice structure, and I'm like, yo, this sounds insane. And yeah, it's just like really cool to me, like just seeing that whole process. And like again, like I feel like me and Mallory kind of grew up in like the same type of like household, and like I've never really cried to one of our songs, but like that's like the one that I like actually like, damn, this one hits. A little tear. But yeah.
I cried to it once the other day too. It's okay.
Yay.
Nice.
You are not alone.
Oh my god.
Literally.
Mm-mm.
That's as far as I'm going with it.
That might be our next cover, actually.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Credit give me a little credit in there.
Let's cover it right now.
Gotcha.
Literally right now.
Right now. Go on mute.
All right, opening up my DAW right now.
Matt, do you want to go next? Or should I go next?
I can go. Yeah, no, it's a tough question for sure. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with that first song that we ever put out. Well, first original, I should say. Forget Me When You're Gone. Well, one,
Oh,
because
yeah.
nostalgia is the first song we put out. I mean, come on.
Right.
But then also, just because I don't know, like, just like I distinctly just like remember just like screwing around on my guitar, just like sitting on my bed, just being like, oh, this is a cool chord, and then it just fast forward just the whole fucking song, and I'm like, that, that's pretty cool. But then also just because like oh man, I wish we would have been able to make this music video idea we had for it. Just we never got around to it. We never had the budget. But because like the lyrics are sort of about they're kind of drawn upon personal experience, but embellished for I guess I don't know what's the term, embellished for I don't know, special
Accessibility.
effects, whatever.
Relatability?
Well, just to
Entertainment?
make it more interesting, I guess. Anyway,
Okay.
but you know what I mean? Like those movies, like based on a true story, like kind of like that.
Yeah, just you're adding a
Dramatized.
little
Traumatized. Yes, thank you,
add a
Ken.
little zazz to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it's sort of about the lyrics sort of tell the story about like the speaker is sort of having like this fling with someone who is in town for like a set amount of time. Like, oh, we're only here for the season. We're only here for the winter, right? And then it's time for them to go back to wherever they came from. Like where like the and they have to go home, and they're like, ah, like I knew this was temporary, but this fucking sucks, and it's just sort of like that kind of a sort of like a bittersweet kind of like story. And so we had this like this music video idea. I can't remember the details, but like it was gonna be so cool. We were gonna like it was gonna be like snowing and shit. Because like it's snowing in the song, like retrace my footsteps through the snow, and then we were gonna have like actors like acting out like I guess the story of the song, and like it was gonna be this whole like cinematic like like Christmas in New York kind of thing. But we never had the budget for it, and so but I don't know. It's like
You
that
do.
that sort of was like it was a cool idea, but and I kind of wish we were able to do it, but I don't know, that whole like song, that whole era is just sort of I don't know, like nostalgic for me, I guess.
Hell yeah, for sure. I like the music video idea. If you ever get the budget, just go back and do it anyway.
Do it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I totally would.
Content.
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 Can I choose like one older and one new era? Can I do like one from EP1?
You do
You're the front person. You do whatever
You
you
do
want.
whatever you want.
I
You
hate
do
when people
whatever
say
you
that.
want.
This is
I'm
what
not like that. They always
You
make
do.
jokes whenever I'm like coming to practice or like I'm 2 minutes late or something. They'll be like, "Okay, Mallory, front person syndrome." Whatever.
I'm just gonna tell you the same thing I tell my wife. You do you, boo.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. I would probably say I'll pick one from EP1 and then like this like EP2.
All right.
The first song that I'm really proud of, I think, is 23 off of our first EP. It's called Let's Face It, We're Lost. And I like that one a lot because it was one of the first songs where I remember just writing the bare bones, like almost like a sad girl song on the acoustic guitar. It sounded like a sad indie girl song kind of thing. And then I sent it to Matt, and Matt's like, "Ooh, this is cool. Let's do something with it." And then he like amps it up and makes it really cool and basically what it is now. And so it was really cool to see something that like I wrote on like guitar and see it come to life in that kind of way, in ways where I'm like, wow, I couldn't have imagined it could come out like this is crazy. But it's still like very true to what I wrote, which I think is cool. But like the reason why I really like this song in particular is because like after we play our first show, my brother's from New York and he actually drove all the way down to Maryland to come see our first show, and I had no idea. Because we don't text that often, we don't really like keep in touch that hard, but he just like showed up, and after the show he was like, wow, what was that song 23, like that was my favorite, like the structure of it, the way it all came together, and that made me feel really good because like while we don't get along the best, like we tend to get along really well, um related to music, and so it was really cool to connect with him in that way, when we don't connect great in other ways. So
Sure.
that was sweet. It made
Absolutely.
me feel proud. So but then the one that I'm really proud of now is Concussed. So the single that we just put out before Trauma. Because I remember Ken and I kind of used writing Concussed almost like a therapy session in a way.
Yes, we
Um,
did.
yeah, he said, yes, we did. Yeah. And I remember we basically like started probably, I think like 9:30 or 10 in the morning, and like worked all the way until 5 p.m. on
We
it.
went to a McDonald's and like
Yeah.
finished this. We were like, I'm so hungry. And then we finished the song like at a McDonald's.
Nice.
It
Yeah.
was like the best thing ever.
Nice.
It was really fun. And it was like the first time really collaborating like on an entire song lyrically. And I feel like sometimes it's hard to like collaborate in that kind of way and like
Right.
relinquish in ways, but when you do that, I feel like it brings together so many other perspectives, which makes things more relatable.
Mhm.
And it just like it really came together so well, and all the gang vocals were really cool, and we were like, oh, what if we did this, and then he was like, oh yeah, what if we did this, and it was just like, yeah, it came together. It was really cool. It was fun.
Love it.
Thanks, Ken, that was a good time.
Hell yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I've always found writing like it's great to collaborate, and I think everybody should, especially like if you're, working with a producer or anything like that, always getting another opinion or a second opinion. But I've always found like when writing lyrics, it's always been hard for me to write lyrics with another person because
Mhm.
it's hard to be completely transparent and completely real, like this is how I really feel, and not just kind of like backing off and just telling like a story.
Yeah, and that's exactly like how it ended up. Like even though we well, I like to say we found Ken on Reddit, even though we found him on the internet. But like Ken's probably like one of my best friends now because of
Awesome.
like being able to talk like that. And he's one of the only people that I can talk to about really like specific things too.
Sure.
And being able to open up that way with like somebody that you write lyrics with, I feel like makes such a big difference. Cause like, could you imagine trying to write lyrics like that are vulnerable and in ways with somebody that you're not that close with? Like that would just
Right.
be so uncomfortable and weird, and it would make for a very awkward song.
Right. I
Yep.
feel like I just don't think I'd be able to do it. I think I would
Yeah.
just close off, and then I would turn on like story writing mode. Like
Yeah.
this isn't about me anymore. This is about a fictional uh conversation, atmosphere, story.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true.
I love that you all had different songs that you all resonate with the most. Great.
Hey.
Awesome. So
Yeah,
we
we
have
heavily rehearsed that just to make sure.
I'm sure.
Which one are you
I
gonna
was-
say?
Well, I mean, I sent them over the script earlier. They looked over. They
Yeah.
were prepared.
This
Well,
whole
then-
thing is scripted.
Well, in that case, never mind.
So then you guys better be prepared for this
Yeah.
next one.
Because
Oh, God.
we ask this question every episode. We have one more question before we go to break. If you could give our listeners one piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting out, what would it be?
Oh, like as a musician or like
Yeah.
okay.
Or
I
in
mean,
life, I guess.
Yeah.
If you've got-
Did you got something
gotta
else
just-
for us, Yashu?
Yeah, this one it applies to both. Like curb your like confidence, I would say, because like being a guitarist, like I started in like 6th grade. I'm 26 now. I was like, I thought I was hot stuff. And then like in 2020, I signed up to for this website called Fiverr, if you guys have heard about it. It's just kind of like a freelance sort of like marketplace. But basically, I was offering my services as like a composer, recording engineer. So I would like be writing and tracking these songs for people. And man, did reality hit, because I would like have a concept and be like, cool, I'm gonna play this guitar part, I'm gonna drum it this way, and like when you're recording yourself, like man, it's like there is no mistaking when your like timing is off or like, something like that. So like, it was like a big wake up call. I was like, okay, like I know like I have cool ideas and stuff, but it's like, there's some technique things, Long story short, I love my metronome. That's like, if you're gonna like focus on one thing as a musician, if you don't have time for theory, just get good with timing. It'll save you a lot of headache, especially like
yeah.
recording our
I like
albums.
that.
Yeah.
Saves
Yeah.
money.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, time
exactly.
and money.
Save money.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, just going off of that with like the like being quick or being on on time, on tempo, and all that sort of stuff. Like what a lot of people don't understand is when you're in the studio, you're kind of paying by the hour. Like
Oh yeah.
you time is money. You gotta go quick. You gotta be good. You gotta be ready. If you're going to the studio, you need to be ready.
Yes.
Mm.
I mean, there are exceptions, I mean, I know Knox Loose did an album without like a click, but it's
Right.
either you got to be tight with your metronome or just tight with your band, so
Right.
you got to be lined up somewhere.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Anybody else got any advice that they'd like to share? Any words of wisdom?
I would say just do the damn thing because like okay, so
Fucking
like
just let's
We
go.
love
just
it.
do it.
I love it.
Because like the reason I'm like even part of this band was because like I was working like a super dead end job in Richmond, Virginia. And I was like, damn, it'd be pretty cool if I just like joined a band or whatever. And so that's literally like how I found
So I
like
fucking
Matt.
did it.
Yeah, and I was just like, but do it, but try to be smart about it. Don't just do it. Because I was like, I
You're
messaged
right.
Matt and I was like, he was like, oh, but like we're based in like DC. Like, can you make it to like practices? I'm like, oh damn, I still like live in Richmond. I can't really do that. And so I was like, okay, let me find a job, let me get some money so then I can make my way up there. And lo and behold, like here we are now. Keep your secrets. So like yeah, I mean just go for it
Here
if
I
you really
are.
want it. Just do it. But think about it first.
Yeah,
And
be
then do
smart
it.
about it. Just
Be
do
smart.
it, but be smart about it.
Exactly.
Just do it, but think about it. I like that.
Just do it, but be smart, you dummy.
Yeah.
It's like a Nike shirt, but like in parentheses under it.
A little
That
tiny
you could,
asterisk.
you know what?
There you go.
You could make that a new keep your secret shirt.
Merge.
There you go.
Yeah, as a
Yeah.
merch idea. We will
Right.
credit you for that one.
Yeah, that's actually really funny.
You got this.
Oh,
What about Matt or Mallory? You got any advice for our viewers?
You don't
Or
you don't
listeners?
have to.
No, they have to, Pat.
Okay, you have to.
They
Matt
have
said so.
to. I'm
Matt's
sorry.
the boss.
I am. Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh no, if you had something then
Okay. I would say so like the biggest thing for me has been like I'm like the opposite of Yashu, let's say, like trying
Okay.
to be confident and
Mhm.
like having the confidence to just do the damn thing if we want to refer to Ken's advice as well. It's yeah, just having the confidence to be unique in yourself too. A
Mhm.
lot of the times when we would get feedback coming back from like from Submit Hub or like different playlists that we would submit to, they'd respond and like some of the times it would be like about like vocals, like oh the vocals didn't like resonate with me, or like they didn't give me like that classic like pop punk kind of sound, or they weren't aggressive enough. And like my thing is like my voice is different and it like doesn't have that rasp, it doesn't have that growl, but that doesn't mean that there's not a place for it, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. Like I don't have to sound like other pop punk artists. And
Absolutely
the
not.
and the genre, like Matt told me this the other day actually. See, I'm still working on it, still working on that confidence. And it's like Matt told me this the other day. He was like, yeah, if everybody sounded the same in the genre, it would be really, really boring.
Right.
Like and just because I sound different doesn't mean that it's bad. And so having like that confidence in like you bring something unique to the world and to the table, that's something I would give. That's the advice I would give. Be confident because you give something unique to the world. And that would be
Absolutely.
music
Great.
and just like in life in general.
That's great
love that.
advice. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
If I could throw in a piece of advice, just bouncing off what you were just saying, Matt will know exactly what I'm talking about because I've definitely said this to him many, many times. I would like to confidently say if I could give anybody a piece of advice, it would be to not ever use Submit Hub.
Oh, really?
I am
He doesn't like Submit Hub.
I think it's awful. I think it's absolutely a train wreck.
It's yeah, because everybody has like very
fake.
specific siloed
Mhm.
like
It's fake.
this is like what I want on my playlist specifically. And if you don't fit that mold perfectly, sometimes it doesn't go through.
Yeah. I think people can agree, they can disagree with me. I just think it's a scam. I think it's a waste of money, and I think anybody that uses Submit Hub is just getting taken advantage of.
Oh dang.
That's my personal thoughts. Because Matt's used it.
I have
used
used it.
I've used it too. I just think it's a scam
Okay.
personally. So
Damn guys, we might be getting scammed. No.
don't do it unless you want to. That's up
Unless
to
you
you.
want to, then do it. Then,
It's
just,
your
then
choice.
just do it. Just
Your choice. Just do it. But be smart, you dummy.
Yeah, I like it. All of our advice. Full circle.
Yes.
It's all full circle. Oh my god.
I have noticed, like on that note, like there are so many. Like I feel like Submit Hub is definitely like, I don't know, reminds me of like Reverb Nation when it was like kind of useful when it first kicked off.
Oh, I
And now
remember
it's like
Reverb
kind of
Nation.
yeah, dude, right? And it's like just kind of waned and just like it's like okay, no one uses this anymore. Like I feel like Submit Hub is kind of entering that era because like I was submitting a while ago and like so many like people that I was like, oh yeah, I'll get to this later. Like I was like getting to those curators and it was like, oh, they haven't been online in a year. Oh, they haven't really been active. It's like, oh,
Right.
people are not really enjoying it, I guess.
I mean, I was even using it like when it was first starting to, like, people were all talking about it and stuff, and I've just always, it gets me heated, not gonna lie. I've always thought makes me mad. I hate it. I just
Well-
feel like it's who every single person I can't, okay, I'm not gonna say every single person. I would say the majority of the people on there are scamming people to take money from them, and that is how I feel about it.
And Pat, if I could just come in to defend you a little more, I
Okay.
think what also helps with us here and why he's so passionate about this is because we're never going to charge someone to go on one of our playlists. Now we have a long list of people, but that kind of goes, it basically Submit Hub goes against what we do here at Unsigned Pop Punk, is that we're
Very
going to
true.
charge people. We're going to charge people to go on our playlist. We do have a lot of submissions, but we're not like when you guys were on our cover playlist. We never charged you to be on there.
Yeah.
That's not what we're about.
No,
Right.
it's all about building a community and trying to have and that's, we work, us personally, we do our best to make money in other ways, without affecting our services to bands, because being in a band is expensive enough. It's expensive enough. You don't need to
Oh,
pay
yeah.
somebody to put you on their like speakers while they're playing Twitch games.
Yeah, that's really true. And I appreciate what you guys do just in general, how you guys don't, like you said, like you don't charge people because everything already is so expensive. And it just really seems like you guys genuinely care about bringing together a community and getting more people like those listens that people really want. But it's not like you're just kind of taking anything willy-nilly. Like you get hundreds of submissions. It's like you actually are methodical about who you're choosing and why. And so that makes me feel even more like proud to be a part of like what you guys have done so far. And you guys have thrown us on stuff. So I really appreciate it because that means that you must actually like what we sound like. And yeah.
We do, and you should be confident about it.
Confidence.
Yes, see?
Confidence.
Full
That's the
circle.
word.
Full circle.
That's crazy.
Matt, do you have anything before we go to break?
Yes, real quick. So I guess the one piece of advice that I would give people, not that I'm like super experienced in life or anything, would be
Me
to just
either.
like also like while you're doing the damn thing is also just like take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Just like well, like hydrate, but then also get good sleep. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like take some time to relax every now and then because this shit can get really draining. You know what I mean?
Recycle.
Yes.
Yes, recyclable. Drink your hydrate with your recyclable receptacles. Yeah.
That's
um.
another shirt right there.
And I hope you're writing these down.
It's yes.
It's there.
Oh my god, brain blast. Instead of keep your secrets, keep your trash in your pockets.
Yo.
That
We'll keep that one on
that's
the
like
back
when you,
burner. I got you.
She's
you
like,
don't have a trash
she's like,
can.
that's
Oh.
fun. That's fun. We'll think about that one.
All right. Well, y'all aren't ever on like the subway and you're like, dang, I just finished this food and I don't have a trash can around.
I mean, that's happened to me once or twice, but usually I take that as an occasion to grumble about the government not spending my tax money on more trash cans.
That's
So,
true.
but
We're from Minnesota. We
Yeah,
just drive cars.
we don't got subways.
We don't have subways.
We don't got that here.
Only ones are the ones that eat fresh or whatever.
Oh
Not
yes,
many of
yes.
those anymore.
There's that. But I like that. And with that poor joke, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back with our next segment. Imagine having all the best up-and-coming pop punk, emo, ska, and alternative bands all in one place. In a once-in-a-lifetime playlist. Unsigned Pop Punk presents the Unsigned Pop Punk Playlist. 50 new songs from the best up-and-coming bands in the scene today. All your favorite artists you've never heard of yet. All of this for just $3.99. Go on your computer phone now and listen to the best new artists today. Or submit your own music at www.unsignedpoppunk.com.
And we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around. We're hopping into our brand new segment. I think a segment that this band was looking forward to. The tough questions. We started with those, but we're not doing those anymore. Now we're the tougher questions.
Yeah.
We're going to be our new segment called Food for Thought. It's all about food. So hopefully you came hungry because we came with the, I don't know what we came with. But we came with some food, not Subway. We did not come with Subway.
So we
Really glad.
switched this up. It used to be the obscure questions segment, but I would say at least 75% of the obscure questions segment always were about food. So I was, you know what? Let's just make it a food segment.
It
Let's
is
do
naturally
this.
developed.
Yeah. It was gradual. It was just a natural development. So the first question we have, what is one place in the DC area that all people visiting should stop and eat at? And you can all have your own opinions. You let me know. But if this is obviously the best place, you all should be on the same page. I guess that's.
And I swear to God, if Subway comes up,
Yashu.
Yeah, so they were actually established in
Yeah,
the capital.
Dinkelberg.
Yeah.
if he says Subway again, we're beeping it. My favorite pace is beep.
So I totally didn't have to Google this one, but there's an amazing spot in DC. I want to say it's in like the northeast section. It's right by, if you're ever going to see a show at the Pocket, which you should if you're in DC. It's called Supreme Barbecue Cross Auntie Oba, and it's like aunt and then like tea, like boba tea.
Okay.
And like, dude, oh man, like, so especially if you're playing a show, you're like, just struggling, like, walking around trying to find a place. I found this place, like our first show there, and it's like just these barbecue sandwiches, and you can get like kind of like all the classic kind of barbecue fixings like mac and cheese, coleslaw, and they just kill it. It's great. I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, you know, it's not one of those like regional DC spots, you know, for sure. They're pretty new, but yeah, gotta shout them out. They always hit it every time. Supreme Barbecue, not sponsored.
Not a sponsor, unless you want to. Unless you want to, hit us up.
I mean, hit me
Make
up.
this
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make this work.
Ken, I know you've been here, but I've never been here before. Um, the gimmick itself is awesome to me. I don't know what it's called, but Ken and Kara and Cammy have all been to this cat cafe.
A cat cafe.
Oh,
I really want to go.
it's not necessarily a restaurant, but it is a cafe, so they do have like coffee and stuff. But yes,
Well, that's okay.
it's a cat cafe in like Georgetown. It's called a Crumbs and Whiskers, and
Okay.
it's
Crumbs and
the
Whiskers.
best thing ever. It's literally just like enjoy a cup of coffee, hold a
And some
cat.
cats. So, do
Just
you
double
bring your
whammy.
own cat? Do they supply cats for
They
you?
supply the cats.
Oh,
They are
Nice.
fully stocked with cats, and you can adopt them. So like if you
Oh,
vibe
dude.
with one of the cats, you can take it home, which is
love
like
that.
great.
I love that.
Nice.
Yes.
Matt.
Ken, I'm glad you mentioned Georgetown because I that reminded me of my favorite restaurant in Georgetown, which is Oki Bowl. It's like a ramen fusion restaurant, and they have like this Thai curry ramen that is absolutely bomb. It's like it's like the best thing ever. I literally think about it every single day. Yeah.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
love ramen so much.
There once it was
Yes.
really good.
Yes.
Oh man.
I'd probably have to second that one too. Not only because the food is really good. I don't get the spicy. You and Matt always gets the spicy. And it's just it ain't for me. I have twice as many taste buds on my tongue, so it doesn't work out. Like it spicy just doesn't, it hurts for me personally. But the bathrooms there, and I know that sounds weird. You don't really you don't go to a restaurant for the bathrooms, but it literally looks like Alice in Wonderland, but like you're at a rave and there's a bunch of black lights everywhere.
Oh my
Like
That's wild.
there's all these crazy like trinkets and like flowers and mushrooms like growing off of the walls, and it's like black light, and like there's like grass and flowers and stuff growing from the ceiling. I don't know, it's crazy. That's the one thing that like really got me hooked on this place, like besides the ramen being really good. Like yeah, it was awesome. That place is so cool.
That
Pat, we
sounds
may
sick.
have to do a new segment next season about best bathrooms in your area.
There
Best
you go.
bathrooms in your area. I like
You
it.
know, some bathrooms that have the couches in the bathroom, like if you're hungover and you're trying to avoid people, just go to the bathroom and sit on the couch. I
Nice.
didn't say that.
I mean, like low key, like I was at a wedding a few months ago, and I saw one of the guests was like just like chilling on the couch, the bathroom couch, you know,
Was that me?
just like sleeping. There was dead ass. There was a bathroom with a couch, okay, and then and it was just
Sometimes
like,
you gotta take a little bathroom
take a
break.
nice nap, you know.
The reason why I brought that up is because that happened to me at a wedding like a couple of months ago. And so I'm
sensing
like,
a
well, that
pattern
could have
here.
been me.
You just
Something
ended up
about
at the same
weddings, you need
wedding.
to sleep in the bathroom.
But yeah, there were like old ladies who were like the aunt of the bride who were coming up being like, "Hey, sweetheart, how you doing? I'm Janine. You want me to bring you some water?" And I was like, "No, Janine. I just
I want you to leave me alone, Janine.
I'd,
Get
like,
the point.
I'd like you to kindly get the fuck out of my face, Janine.
Literally. Oh god.
I've definitely never been in a bathroom with a couch, but I've definitely taken at least 1 to 2 bathroom breaks where I fell asleep, passed out, you could
Oh
say,
yeah.
on the
Been there.
bathroom floor.
You do what you gotta
The
do.
floor?
It's a restroom.
Oh, on the floor. Ooh.
Oh, oof.
Not
I
at a
used to do
restaurant.
that
Not at a
all the
restaurant.
time.
No.
When I used to work at Target, I would like go
Mm.
to like there's like a private bathroom like somewhere in the back, and I would just go there and take like a 30-minute nap.
Oh yeah. So I used to, funny enough, so long time ago, before we had the smartphones, I used to play solitaire on my my iPod,
Yes.
and I worked at a hotel, and I would go like sneak off into rooms and like, you know, just sit in a room or the stairwell or any place I could find that I could sneak off. I'd either go play solitaire on my iPod or find a place to take a nap. I've taken
Love
a
that.
nap in a closet when I was working at this hotel, because one of my jobs was getting like meeting rooms set up.
Mhm.
And so I had a walkie-talkie and I just walk around. That was my job. And so I set this meeting up and I just like went into like this corner closet thing and I just took a nap.
I love that.
Nice.
I mean,
Just so incognito.
It was great. It was like on the top floor, so no one went there.
oh my gosh.
Genius.
There was no reason for anyone to go there. I was setting up the meeting.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, you know what? The meeting will be set up when you get there.
Yeah.
Just do your thing. It'll be there
I'll-
when you need it.
I'll let you know when it's done.
Yeah.
It'll be about an
exactly.
hour and a half.
Yeah. Even though it might only take me 15 minutes to set up, it'll be an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Gotta take my little snoozeroo.
Yeah. I love that.
So Ken, was your answer the cat cafe then, or did you have something else?
Yeah. So funny, I'm like new to DC, so like I don't feel like I found like that one place yet.
Okay.
But so I'll go with the cat cafe.
Like I wanted to give you a chance in case you didn't
Yeah.
want to say cat cafe.
I can
Yeah,
provide you with a
sorry.
safety answer if you want, but
We don't want
We
Subway.
don't want Subway. Oh.
no. How'd you know? I will say honorable mention Cucina Angelina's Pizzeria. It's right by 930 Club. Everyone goes there.
Nice.
Nice.
Can't go wrong with pizza. Speaking
Oh,
of pizza, Matt,
You're gonna-
ask this next question.
Thanks, Pat.
Well,
So
leading you right into it.
they say that pizza and tacos are the most pop punk foods that you can eat. Now keep your secrets. I'm bestowing upon you the opportunity to add another food to be considered a pop punk food. Now, I need you to tell me what else would you consider a pop punk food? Other
Cold
than-
brew coffee.
All right.
Coffee for
Liquid
sure.
lunch.
Yes.
That's like our thing. It's like, you know how like you remember like going to Warp Tour and like everybody would be like hyped up on Monster and like sugar and everybody's running through the streets, not the streets, but like, through the crowds and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like something that we kind of like coined is like cold brew core.
Okay.
So
All right. All right.
I don't know. I love a good cold brew. It has the most, or like one of the most like caffeine content of all the coffee products. And also it just like gives you that same energy that you did when you would like drink Monsters and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, can I see your finger out?
And it's 0 calories.
Yeah.
And it's zero
there we
calories.
go. Us
So-
aging pop punkers need
So-
0 calorie options.
Exactly.
So funny enough that you like. First off, coffee is super pop punk. It like that's pretty notorious in it for being pop punk as well. But the funny story I have is that Nick Bruzzese from Man Overboard used to actually sell coffee at Warp Tour before door open. So they would go and they would sell coffee to like anyone that was like they'd stay up at night, they'd prep it, they'd get it all ready to go, and then they'd go around and sell it to vendors and the people working Warp Tour. They had a whole thing going.
That's
was like,
really
Ah,
cool.
that's so cool.
Nick and someone else. I don't remember who. But yeah, he was telling us this because we had him on the show a little while back, and he was
Mhm.
telling us about it, and yeah, it was pretty funny.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
No, if
it's
I
so
were there
cool.
early enough, I mean,
Should
I
we
would-
start doing that? We should start doing that at
Yeah,
our
why not?
shows.
Pre-show coffee stand.
Yo, we should honestly like
Just a little
just have like
dispenser.
Super Secrets
Hell yeah.
coffee. Like
Go.
like I'm saying.
Make
We
your
could-
cold brew corp a reality.
Yeah.
We have
Or there's another shirt
There
idea.
you
Oh, there you go.
We have that as
Well,
a shirt.
It is a shirt.
Oh, you do? You already have that as
Yeah.
a shirt?
Yeah,
didn't-
I
That
want to
one,
find
Pat,
a
sorry.
picture and show you, but
I was looking at it. Do you have it like in your merch store right now?
is it on there? I don't know if that one's on
Because
there.
I was
It
looking
is
at
not.
your merch store earlier today.
That is my job, and I've been slacking.
That's okay. It's hard to post like those pictures.
You know, with
Better-
Twitter being down, you know.
Yeah. It's Twitter. It's Twitter's fault. I blame Elon.
Well,
No, I'm
well,
just
Yeah.
will that shirt be up there by the time this episode goes out? Then
It can
Yes,
be.
it
Yeah.
is now.
hint, hint, hint.
Ah,
I was gonna say, yeah, because we have like a hoodie with a with a coffee pot and shit on it.
Oh, I
oh
love it.
yeah.
This is young and caffeinated.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
great.
And it's got like a little dude skateboarding
Let me see
inside the
that.
coffee pot.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Oh my
trying
god, I
to
just see that
see.
now. What?
Unsigned pop
Yeah.
punk / merch.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at
I found a
that.
picture of it.
All right, let's see.
Oh, cute.
There we
It's-
go.
Oh, it's like you could barely see
Oh
it.
gosh, it's even worse.
Ah,
It
Oh,
was
it's so
good
bright.
before it was worse.
what happened?
It almost like. There you go.
There it is.
I like it.
There
It
we
al-
go.
Oh, I love this. It's like the old school like tattoo style too.
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get this. That's cool.
It's warm too. Matt's got one.
I do.
He
We
can
decided-
wear
we
it. I'm not supposed to wear it because I'm not young anymore. But Matt's
Oh,
younger, so he can wear it still.
I'm not young either. We decided to. We both decided to rep Pat's band today. Apparently.
Oh yeah, we're
I was
actually
gonna say, you
both
guys are
wearing the same sweatshirt.
sweatshirt.
That's funny.
That's so
I
funny.
wear it because it's also warm, and
I wear it because it's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aww.
Oh.
The mutual love and respect.
we're those Meeseeks guys.
I
Huh?
was just laughing. My bad.
Oh, I
Yeah, you're bad. No, I'm just kidding.
How dare you?
all right, we got one more food for thought question, then we're gonna move on to our rapid fire question segment. So weird food combos come up all the time,
Oh,
like peanut butter and pickle sandwiches.
Ooh, Ken, what
What-
was that thing you were doing with the?
I was-
Wait,
What's
let him
your
finish the
favorite weird
question,
food
Matt.
combo? What you got for me? Hit me
it's
with that weird-
tortilla chips and ice cream.
Yeah.
And it worked.
like
Sorry.
just like tortilla chips.
Yeah, like
just-
straight like Tostitos
Okay.
and then like vanilla ice cream.
I
I
mean,
thought
it's
it was
got
a
that.
little
It's got
disgusting. It
that
was actually
salty. It's
good.
got that savory. I could get behind it.
Yeah,
Are we eating it more as a topping or as like a dip?
you can eat it however
You're
you
like
want.
scoop it, bro. Scoop it.
Yeah,
like a
just scoop
dip.
it. We had
Mhm.
like a little sleepover, and I was just like in the corner eating like like tortilla chips and like ice cream, and everyone was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Try it."
Dude, you're a monster. They're all
I
just
was
sitting
like-
there like, you're a fucking monster.
They're like, "What do you mean?" They took a bite, and lives were changed that day.
Yeah.
I was like, first of all,
admit.
where did you find the ice cream in my freezer? And where did you get those chips from?
He's
He
just like digging
scavenged.
around.
I was
Yeah.
literally like, "Dan, this would go really good with some ice cream."
Yeah.
Dude, there are some times where I am so hungry that I'm just like, I'm just combining things and looking at it. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I could try that. I
I'm
should
the
try that.
same way.
I feel that.
Whatever's
I-
in the
I don't-
pantry.
None of them come to mind at the moment, but I know
Yeah.
I've done some like fucked up stuff. I
You
know
what my
that.
go-to used to be. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. What's your
Oh,
go-to?
mine used to be like various cereals. Just like throw that in a sandwich, like a deli sandwich.
Mm.
I can
Because
see it.
for the
I
crunch,
mean, I've done chips.
it's like the neighbor. Exactly, it's kind of like that.
But
Captain
it's
Crunch
cereal.
was the go-to.
Captain Crunch, yeah, in a PB and J
All the
Oh.
time. Toast it up too. Why not?
toast, yeah.
Wait, but Yashu, are you saying like on a deli sandwich? Like with
Yeah, I would mix
meat?
it with the savory too.
Like you got a
cheese.
ham and cheese with some Fruit Loops on it.
Maybe
How-
not Fruit Loops,
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I
but
can,
maybe
I don't-
Fruit Loops.
I don't know if I could go along with that on that ride with you, man.
It's how he made it. It's how he made his Subway eatable.
Yeah.
Mhm. Add Fruit Loops to
Wrote
that
up and
cold
down.
cut combo.
Oh yeah.
That's weird.
Oh yeah.
There was this movie called Little Monsters, and
Oh, I've heard that.
in there he ate a peanut butter and onion sandwich, and I always
Amazing.
remember asking my mom to make me a peanut butter and onion sandwich because of that. Never fucking liking it, but never giving up. I never gave up.
So wait, so she
Now
went
it's
with
my
it?
favorite. No, I.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's
I-
that movie with Ben Savage, little
Fred
Kevin
Savage.
Arnold.
Fred
Fred
Savage, the
Savage.
older brother from the
My
Wonder
bad.
Years show.
Yeah, that was my favorite show
Well,
and favorite band, but
It's a good
whatever.
show and band.
We're not contractually obligated to say that at all.
That's just-
You don't have to. Neither are we. It's all good.
Yeah.
It was really weird and embarrassing. We went on like a meeting with Casey while we were like mixing the EP and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was wearing like their most recent merch because I just went to one of their shows and I was like, he was like, oh, subtle. I see. I'm sorry. I was literally just wearing it.
And he's like, you did that on purpose. Cute.
Oh, I swear to God, I didn't.
That's funny. I think he was Casey was our season 2 premiere, wasn't it, Matt? Was it a
Think so.
premiere? I think so. Yeah.
Let me find out for you.
Well, he was either number 1 or number 2, so I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure he was our season 2 premiere. Casey's a great guy. Love him.
Great hang.
Great hang. And with that, we're going to move on to our last segment. This is the rapid fire question segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You're going to just speak from the heart, shoot from the hip, and just fire them off as they come into your brain. This one, just so you know, this is going to be tough since there's 4 of you. This has been known to break up bands. You guys, some heated rivalries may start. But are you guys ready for that challenge?
Yeah, I'm ready to fight. Catch these hands, guys. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Very lukewarm on this, but let's do
Catch
it.
me outside. How about that? Okay. That was gross. That was about as
Jesus.
gross as anyway.
Oof.
Oof. It just popped into my brain and I was like, "Don't say." And then it came out.
Oh God.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna drink. It's
I need to drink after that. All right. Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, because Baja Blast.
Baja Blast.
That's
And
right.
also Pitch Black is coming back,
Mm.
so
I really liked the Halloween mystery flavor. That was really good.
oh, I
this
didn't
year.
try that one.
Me
Really good.
neither.
That is a surprise that you hadn't tried it, Ken.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
is a surprise, yeah.
I stopped drinking soda for years, and I came back specifically for Mountain Dew.
As you should.
But just I can only do the zeros. It's too much sugar for me. I'm too old for that shit. Okay. Horror or comedy movies?
Horror.
Comedy.
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 Sorry.
All
yeah.
right.
But it is my year of watching, like, past
like
few
horror.
years, I've seen a lot of scary movies, both on my own terms and against my will. So that was a tough one.
Nice. So this one it's a little different. Do any of you actually still listen to radio stations?
A
Nope.
little bit.
I
Depends on the
do-
commute.
I do, so I can call in and say stupid stuff.
Nice.
Hey, what do you
all
say?
right. All right.
Okay, so just the other day, so like my aux cord was missing. So this was like a
It
situation.
was a necessity at this point.
At this point, it was, and I wanted to call in because I was like, I'm in here long enough, and I can't stand Thunder by Imagine Dragons anymore.
Nor should
I
I.
was
Yeah,
like,
fair,
right,
fair,
right.
yeah,
fair.
and like I'll keep it short, but my previous like request was so bad that they like asked me to request a different song. They like chopped up my call and like edited it. I was like, that's hilarious. So I was like, all right, I'll hit them with something they can't deny. So I basically just regurgitated that McRib meme that's been going around where it stands for My Chemical Romance is back. And the host was like, oh, that's funny. I'm gonna play that. I'm like, nice.
Oh
Nice.
my God.
I did not come up with it, but cool.
Nice. Okay, moving on. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Dang, you guys are gonna stay together for the kids, I think here.
There we
Because
go.
all the weird kids that watch
Gumball
Cartoon
and
Network.
yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Teen Titans,
Yeah, you had
Titans.
Toonami. Yeah.
Toonami.
Was it
Weird
regular show Cartoon Network?
Oh yes.
There you go.
Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
Thin
Thin
crust.
crust.
Man. Get that
Thick.
crunch.
Bye, Yashu.
Option C.
Okay, we
Subway
got
and then thick crust. What the hell is wrong with
Man,
you?
your
We're never
food
having a
taste doesn't
potluck
match
with you.
our food tastes. Yeah.
Seriously. Get the
We got 3
out.
more. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Who
Who
is
the hell is
Tara
Tara
Reid?
Reid? Sorry.
Based on
Googling time.
Hang
the
on.
fact that I
Hang
know
on,
who
wait.
Lindsay Lohan is. Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay
I was
Lohan
just-
for sure.
Tara
I'm
Reid,
sorry. Did I just rub
American
some people
Pie?
the wrong way?
Oh my goodness.
And
We're showing our age right now.
they came out the same fucking time.
The Lindsay Lohan was like on Disney Channel. That's
I'm
how
gonna
I
give it to
knew her.
Lindsay.
I'm gonna give it to Lindsay.
God,
as
am
well.
I
That's
young?
fair.
I'm
That's
sure
fair.
Tara's great.
I mean, Lindsay
sure
Lohan is a great answer.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. I just don't know. I googled her. I still don't know who she is. Oh my God, is there something wrong? Do I need to watch a movie? Give me a movie to watch after this. I'll watch it.
American Pie.
Tara Reid isn't. I don't recognize this lady. I've seen the American Pie movie.
She's
Okay,
one
sorry.
of the main characters.
She looks different now.
Yeah, they both look different now.
Yeah.
I still have no
Oh
idea.
wait, I've seen that face. Oh, I know who that is. Okay, cool.
You guys need to have a band get together and watch American Pie.
The whole
I've seen it.
franchise.
The whole thing.
Ugh.
All of it.
I don't remember her. I remember
Yeah,
everybody else.
I'm gonna
not
tell
her.
Thomas Ian Nicholas that keep your secrets.
Yeah.
Doesn't know.
Yeah,
He's gonna be real
Uh,
disappointed.
Wow.
Okay.
I can't. I just don't. She. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, Lindsay Lohan, it is for you then.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
He
You're
said this is
good.
rapid fire. Just say
Oh,
it.
this is the worst rapid fire. Newfound Glory or MXPX?
Newfound glory.
Newfound Glory.
Newfound, but big respect to MX.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is the last one. We really only need one of you to do it. So whichever one can do it, sing us the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle.
That's all you know.
Got it.
O'Reilly's.
Auto parts.
There it is.
That's it. You
We
guys
did
did
it.
it.
Fun.
You did it.
We're
You
staying together.
You finished the
Yeah.
podcast. You guys are staying together.
I don't know about
Now's your
Yashi
chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they could find you, what's next.
Matt, you want to do it?
though.
Where what's going on, where they can find us and what's next. Okay, so yes.
Comment
No,
loading.
sorry, I short-term memory loss. Yeah.
I sent you the
Um,
script, man.
Okay, yes. So what's going on is well, I mean, by the time this comes out, Trauma will have been out. But you know, we have a bunch of singles from our EP. Maybe by the time this episode comes out, we'll have announced the release date of our EP, or not. I don't know, but
Everything is so
I'm
up
not
in
really
the air.
Yeah, basically. We have a show.
It's basically up in the air, but we have songs. We have new songs. And then you can find us on most streaming sites and social media as well. We are Keep Your Secrets banned on most social media sites except for Twitter. That wouldn't fit. It's KY Secrets banned on Twitter. Although who knows what's going to happen with that platform in the weeks to come. And then what's happening next? I mean, we're gonna put out that EP. We're gonna try to maybe do another tour. We don't know the specifics yet. But you know, we're out there. We're doing the thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Check out our website. Check out our socials. Check out our merch. Check out. We
Get
have
yourself
shows
that
coming
cold
up.
brew shirt.
We're playing a tour.
That will be up.
Huh? Yes, that will be up. The cold brew shirt will be up. And we're playing not a tour, but we're playing a fest on December 3rd in Jersey
Nice, that'll be
to
fun.
benefit abortion and women's rights. So
Yes.
that'll be cool if anybody's up in Jersey. But
Yeah, in Flemington, New Jersey.
Killer. Well, Mallory, Matt, Ken, Yashu, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed your stories, your laugh, and your time. And this has been another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. And we'll see y'all Monday. Thanks so much for checking out today's episode. Before we go, we'd like to thank Double PP Apparel and Graphics for sponsoring today's episode. Double PP Apparel and Graphics brings you Fueled by Pop Punk, a clothing line that is trying to keep the roots of pop punk alive. Their trendy and classic designs are inspired by the pop punk community, ranging from the early 2000s to right now. Their goal is to offer you quality, kick-ass threads to represent your love for music. So go pick up some merch, check them out at www.fueled-by-poppunk.com. Again, that's fueled-by-poppunk.com. Also, give them a follow on Instagram. That one's easy. You just pop on your little mobile computer you got there and go to @DoublePopPunkApparel. Follow them on there. You can stay up to date with new drops and any sales. Thank you so much again to Double PP Apparel and Graphics for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.